Hello, good morning. It's 9:45. I'm TK and this is Coach on the Rocks. Lovely to see you here. As always, thank you for tuning in. Leave me a like, give me a comment if you find what I'm talking about interesting. Thank you so much again for tuning in. So, today, I wanted to talk about a very interesting model and an article I've read by Anna Gullstrand from Mentimeter, a wonderful tool. I recommend using it if you're doing any facilitation, any trainings. And it's about neurodiversity and learning with their BACE model. BACE, yes, BACE. And it's all about how do you apply neuroscience to make learning effective. Now, the interesting thing is, I'm so glad that people are considering it and talking about it, because I think neuroscience has been ignored for far too long. Mainly, if we look at the old school methods for teaching, for learning, they relied a lot on psychology. And psychology is important, absolutely, but people have ignored neuroscience. Okay, fine, it's a new field of study because what happened is our research methods have improved only in the last 50 years. So, science takes a while to shift through the application. But the interesting thing, in my opinion, is the fact that now we're using it and we're actually seeing the benefits, but also the impact. For me, the interesting thing is seeing people's diversity of how they react, how they ingest information. No longer looking for psychological reasons for that happening, but actually knowing that we all are quite different. There are some things that, us as human beings used to learn and they work the same, and this is where the model excels. But what I wanted to talk about is all the differences, all the things that can happen in a large group, how much divergence you will have. Not about culture, not about psychology, just about neuroscience. It's just incredible. And I think, when reading about the model, and actually Mentimeter has a great course on it. There's like a free, I think, 60-minute course on their model. Definitely recommend taking it. Check them out. The interesting thing is you can't please everyone if it's a very large group. So that's what I found, because we've been dabbling in large workshops for quite a while. And I've been doing workshop type work for, sometimes 80, 100. Some we even had one for 300 people. It's quite an interesting experience, definitely. When I mean, even whether it's remote or in person doesn't really matter. What matters is you have a large group of people that you want to actually not only take in information passively, like, you can leave a comment here, but it's mostly passive. It's a bit of a webinar stream, but actually actively do that. And to design it for a large group of people, you will have a huge spread of thinking styles, of their neural makeup. And you will have extremes. And it will be painful because you can design for most of the people, but these extreme ones some will extremely enjoy it, but the others will extremely not enjoy it. And it's important to consider the fact. This is why, obviously, there are many reasons why working with smaller groups is much better. Maximum of 20 people or even smaller, because you can adapt to what's there in the group, and you might have variety, but you will be able to go through it. With a very large group, it's just impossible. Even if you're leading a program for like 80 something people, there will be a lot that will find what you do unpalatable because of how they think, their neural makeup, even not taking any psychology into the account. So my thing is, have a look at people's styles of thinking. Have a look at people's styles of learning, not from the perspective and the lens of psychology, how they developed as people and all the theory, wonderful things around that, but from the perspective of how their brains react, how they ingest knowledge, how they behave based on that. And I think it's quite important to design for many different kinds of people, because I think, interestingly, people are more and more aware of that. And I think people that are more neurodiverse, or even, not on spectrums, they're okay acknowledging their neurodiversity. And I think it's okay to expect that us, the L&D professionals, should cater for that. I definitely do. I'm definitely keeping this in my awareness, and so are all of us in Humble Associates. It's just amazing how much diversity we have ourselves, but it's just important to keep that in mind. So have a look at the model, have a look at Mentimeter's and Anna's work, and as always, I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode of Coach on the Rocks. Bye-bye!